Now, what's the word, y'all? What's the word, y'all, man? Good evening to everybody out there, man. I don't know what y'all doing today, but this is just like a brief message on some shit like that, because I just came across this information. I feel like I had to tell y'all. But basically, U.S. officials are ready for attacks on U.S. soil from Iran and shit like that, right? And I basically already got a video pulled up so he can go in depth with exactly what I'm talking about. But let me.
Put a 1 if you think that they know more than they are letting on. Put a 2 if you think they don't know anything. But my thought is this. Yesterday, we received that warning from the FBI, and we heard attacks. Attacks could be anything. We could hear, this could be an assortment of different things, but they are specifically saying to watch our infrastructure systems. Now, let's go ahead and get you caught up. And as I mentioned, this just came out today. This article literally came out less than an hour ago. As you guys know, here on the channel, I try to give you the latest breaking news.
So basically, he had posted this video like 2 hours ago on some shit like that. So basically, this is some real fresh ass information. And basically, what he about to say is, oh, and shout out to Steve Ram too. Y'all go subscribe to him on some shit like that. But yeah, so basically, what he about to go in depth and say is that they're expecting cyber attacks and shit like that from Iran. Like, think about it. Think about Nibiru. Think about how all these coronal mass ejections and how all these solar flares and shit like that been fucking with the technology and shit like that. So it's like right now you got all these. He about to go in depth with it.
News, so you know exactly what's taking place. Now, this article says that the U.S. government is now preparing for a potential onslaught of Iranian cyber attacks in retaliation for support for Israel in its conflict with Hamas. And what we've heard in the past 72 hours, the past 3 days, is Israel has come out. Israel's leader and also Benjamin Netanyahu and other officials are saying, prepare for a long war. They're saying this is going to stretch out for quite some time, that they will go through, and they said, we will end Hamas. They said it's not if, it's when. They said, we will stick around until they are completely wiped out. They said that they are not going to cease fire in Gaza. They will continue on until they have ended Hamas.
So basically, we're just hearing what this man is saying, but not even just what he's saying, but with what the FBI is saying. All right, yeah, y'all can call it fake news, y'all can call it whatever y'all want to, but at the end of the day, it's some of the truth. It might not be all of the truth, but goddamn me, it's some of the truth, right? It might not be the version of the truth that they giving us about the power grid and shit like that going down and everything like that, but it's just like think about it. Like, and then it's the 111 portal today. Actually, in the comments, everybody is saying 111, 1111, 111. Like, I mean, think about it. That's like literally not even no fucking coincidence on some shit like that. I'm just like literally sitting back just listening to this shit. But not only that, but he said that U.S. infrastructures, U.S. like companies and shit like that are preparing for they're preparing for a cyber attack. And this is when I was Googling YouTube. I'm just Googling YouTube to get on a computer, and this is the first thing that I see. YouTube expands its ad blocker crackdown globally. Like I'm saying, YouTube is cracking down on ad blockers globally. And then that's a 2015 right there. It's crazy, like all these signs and symbols and shit like that for the conscious mind, but it's just like, you know, the proof is up in the pudding. You know, even if you had your own version of the truth about the power grid and about how this shit was going to end, you got U.S. officials and shit like that. You got FBI coming out saying that attacks and shit like that have already, you know, been plotted on and whatever like that. They actually just caught a dude with a bomb in Houston on some shit like that. You know, they caught a terrorist in Houston. So it's like, let me finish playing this video real quick.
Christy Kylo 323, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. I hope the information is helpful for you guys. It states that as long as this continues, that if this goes on, that they will not hold back from, they said they're fired, that the United States will not be spared from the fire that Iran will unleash. And there are talks about this happening on U.S. soil. And Iran had also said that this, when they made this threat, it was in the UN here in the United States, in New York, on U.S. soil. Technically, it's on the UN, which is United Nations soil, but it was here on our continent, in our nation, where they made this threat boldly before us. And Biden said that they will strike back if Iran attacks us, and we have been striking back. And in addition to that, we've also heard that that we will stand by Israel's side. And as other nations are beginning to...
So, I mean, just look at it. Like, America want to continuously intervene and overseas conflicts, and we don't even have our fucking shit all the way up. So it's like, I mean, think about this shit. This shit is crazy as hell. Like, so it's like, if y'all not preparing for food, if y'all not preparing for food shortages, if y'all not preparing for water shortages and shit like that, y'all need to really start on that shit, because they're talking about cyber attacks. Like, this ain't no regular attacks, nigga. This is cyber. They already know that our fucking economy is dwindling. The dollar is already dwindling, and we're continuously making enemies and shit overseas when they're turning away from the fucking dollar. So it's like, let me play some more of this video.
To declare war, as we saw yesterday with Yemen against Israel. Now it's the U.S. and Israel against several other nations, it seems, and terrorist groups. And because we back Israel, now these groups are also threatening to attack the United States. And as we saw, if you missed that video yesterday, you're going to want to check it out. The FBI said that there have been tons of heightened terrorist attacks, and we are at extreme risk right now. And now they're preparing for these cyber attacks against our systems. Now, it's far from just Israel that is at risk of cyber attacks from the Hamas-aligned regime's cyber operatives. U.S. officials say they also see the U.S. and other nations that support the Israeli government as the likely targets, and they're saying the U.S. is the #1 top target right now. Such attacks could take the form of attempting to damage critical systems like water or electricity. So, and here on this channel, I just try to give you guys the latest information.
But again, shit, y'all shout out to Steve Ram, because dude is most definitely speaking some shit. And I hope y'all could have heard me while his window was open, because I can't hear everything that's outside all the time, but I know God can. But yeah, I mean, look, just literally just, the proof is up in the motherfucking pudding, right? So it's like, if y'all not preparing now, like, what the fuck are you still doing? Like, I mean, for real, I know I'm doing my thing with the, online classes and whatever like that, but it's like, I'm still woke out here. I'm still, preparing for shit, right? So it's like, this wasn't supposed to be a long video, man, just something just for y'all to crack down on. But then again, y'all go look into it yourselves on some shit like that. Literally look at what's happening. If you ain't never heard of Israel and Hamas, get on the latest updates. I understand that those who do have eyes, third eyes on some shit like that, right, you gonna see past the bullshit. But for those that don't, shit, you have to look at some of the things that's in plain sight, right? And if you still not seeing it, then that means your third eye really shut. But I'm about to ready to get off this motherfucker, man. Y'all be at peace, man. I ain't even really try to upload another video today, but I guess the ancestor was trying to, have me put this message on y'all, because I don't know how many people gonna go watch this man video. So it's like, this is what I'm just gonna do for the people that do watch this. I guess you had a, meaning, or you had, fuck it. Y'all be at peace, man.